I asked Edgar today, I'm like, do you want to join me on the call with Joe since you're in the office? He's like, no, no, man, I like listening to your recordings.
And then he doesn't have to talk. It's fine.
Edgar's going to be watching us right now. So,
Yeah.
so the I'll take a step back and start over so that the team knows what we're talking about. I think
Sure.
the theme of the these last couple of weeks has been, instead of constantly adding new projects and adding new things that we can move towards and grow into, instead focusing on the things that we have or that are
Mhm.
working and just doing them better and getting better at it, and creating more of a structure, more of a system, becoming more efficient with doing these things. So
Mhm.
that's the theme of what we are focusing on. Now we've managed to cover a good amount of territory on the assignment side. I would
Mhm.
like to launch that out. I would like to launch this since we've already put a lot of work into it, and I think the other part is, I'm just going to write these notes as I speak to you.
Yeah, yeah.
So the other part is to get the website to a position where it's presentable
Mhm.
and maybe more clear to who we are and what our goal is.
Yeah.
Whoever sees our website should know right away why we're different, why we're not your typical, I don't know, which. So I think
Mhm.
uh, I think we need to reform the website. I think Susie's done some great work in making the website look aesthetic. Uh, can you hear me, Joe?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
weird, something weird with.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I can hear you. Yeah.
So Susie's done a great job in making the website look more aesthetic. The functionality is
Mhm.
good. We're working on that, and now it's we're supposed to showcase ourselves. We're supposed to start investing a little bit on branding versus constantly on marketing other properties and whatnot. Who are we? And the people need to know who we are. So
Mhm.
makes the conversions better on the marketing side as well, since people know who they're talking to, right? They can Google you, and instead of seeing a web page and looking the other way, uh, instead deciding, okay, you know what, these guys are unique. So
Yeah.
I think the website. The other part is we are running campaigns, marketing campaigns, currently on properties, listed properties.
Yeah.
Edgar's has started working with Google
Okay.
after he spoke to you specifically, or mainly YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know we can maybe chat a little bit on the difference between YouTube and Google Ads, and where should we be using which. The Facebook marketing, which includes Instagram as well, is already it's good. Like we've been doing progress there.
Mhm.
The websites, the listing websites, they look great, but we may need to start looking at tracking if we're doing better or if we're doing worse.
Right.
Hold on 1 second. I just did something. I'm not sure what I did. All right, and then finally, um, what was it like tracking for the listing websites?
Mhm.
Oh, the engagement with the leads that we have, leads, engagement. So to summarize what I just mentioned, we got Google, YouTube ads, and Google ads. Or sorry, let's start off. Launch assignment, websites, the Samad Homes website, And the marketing ads, which includes Google, the listing websites, and tracking, and what to do with these leads that we're getting.
Yeah.
Joel, your screen is lagging. I don't know if you can hear me.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
We're back. Yeah, I don't know if it's me or if it's you. I turned a couple more things off. I don't usually have issues, but
No, I think it's me. I think it's me because typically speaking, if it's you, you would got off. This is the
right.
time I log off of Zoom for some reason. Anyway,
Yep.
I think it's still recording. I think we're still good. So
Yep.
those are the topics, and if we were to rank them in priority, so that we can focus on just the top priority for now, I would say I would say the two
So
things.
the last time you said that the pipeline and optimizing it, looking at how that's the effectiveness of it, that was our priority last time, and that we had come up with a bunch of suggestions and plans for you to look at that pipeline. And then if you wanted me to review what we were working on, I sent you draft or email copy for that welcome email. So yeah, I don't know if you want to continue that conversation first.
I've included the welcome email. I've edited it and I've included it in Kajabi. So it's already been gone out. It's already gone out to our last listing. Um, I'll, I'll open it. 67 Wildberry Crescent. We have already included your draft into it here. If you can see
Okay.
this is this property's been on the market for 7 days now. The number of subscribers has been the lowest out of all of them. All right.
Interesting.
Even though this is the one that I think we did the greatest job with, after all the changes. This is the email that you sent. I've done some changes to it, but I've used pretty much very similar literature. So you can review that if you want. It's already included. We haven't managed to include all the emails on the draft, the engagement pipeline.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now we have 4 emails. We have the Matterport email, we have the welcome email, we have the sleeper cost emails.
Yeah.
So I really like the draft that you made, and
Mhm.
I think I personalized it a bit more to suit us.
Okay.
But so that was
So the
one.
subscriber count, so that obviously that's not due to the email, that's just due to the landing page
Yeah,
and who we're sending to the landing page. So does it give you stats on traffic? How many people saw it? It does, right?
yeah, it does. So this is the landing page.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a video here,
Mm-hmm.
the teaser. And it's really slow now, but yeah, it's got a video teaser here, which is a new thing. We never had that before, so I thought that would be very valuable. We've added when are you looking to buy? We've added this. We've made some changes here to make it more clear. We've added the price as well. Um, the traffic that we've received, 560 visitors. Very, very low conversions. If we look at others, this has got almost 2,392. And we have 30 something subscribers.
38. What's the math on that?
This one on St. Joseph, we got 747.
1.6% conversion.
Got 51 subscribers on this one. Yeah, for some reason, conversions are really bad on the last one we have.
Sorry, what was the last one you said had 50 conversions?
747 visitors.
147. Okay.
I think these may not be exact, Joe, because I think Edgar redid the page, so we lost some of them, but still, like, we're able to get really good conversions here.
Yeah.
This one has 117 subscribers.
$117 out of,
Again, this is not correct. I'd say it's around 3,000, 3,000, 4,000.
so the one thing I'm wondering is if there's too much information now. If that video gives people too much and they don't want to
It doesn't.
subscribe.
Here, let me show you what the video is.
Because I mean, it's essentially, the video is essentially like seeing all the pictures, right?
No.
Interesting.
That's it. It's just a teaser.
Mm-hmm. And your ads to this page are, I mean, basically the same as your other ones. No real difference there.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's annoying. It's a bunch of work, but the other thing you could try to do is duplicate one of your previous versions of this pipeline page for the exact same property and do like an actual A/B test. See, like, okay, we did a week on this one. It got whatever it was, 500 views, 3 subscribers. And you could try and recreate that landing page with your other template, one of those ones that's was working before, and see if over the next week you can get a higher rate than that. That's the only way to really like do a solid test on whether this landing page is better than the other one, is if you have the same property and have 2 different landing pages to test for it. Because when you're comparing 2 different properties, the results could vary drastically, right?
But the changes in the landing page is very, very minor. Like, it wouldn't create that much of a drastic. I think maybe something technical, because this is how the actually this has been changed. I know that Facebook is going through. Yeah, I think Edgar changed all of them. I know that Facebook is going through some changes with the ads,
Yeah.
with Apple and whatnot. If we were to look at the subscribers here, after, oh, this is May 18, May 17, May 16, it's still uninterrupted. Still uninterrupted. We're still receiving ads. We're still receiving.
So if you're still getting ads and you're still getting subscribers on that page,
It's the same though. It's pretty much, you saw the landing page. It's very similar.
yeah, for sure.
This one has been discontinued, I think.
Okay.
So that is one piece.
Yeah, so I mean, it just like begs the question, like, is that property not what people are looking for? Is it too expensive? Is it in a
One,
different neighborhood than your other properties that do a lot better or something like that, right?
it is a different neighborhood, but it's also the property that is receiving the most showings. This one slowed down too, I think.
Most showings?
Yeah, so out of the properties that we have listed right now, this is the one that gets the most showing requests. So other agents are showing it more than any other. We had 30 showings last week over here. We had one showing last week over here. So I don't think, yeah. So something's wrong.
Interesting.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to see, like, is there something wrong with the ad or the website? Because like you said, if it's the same, relatively the same landing page, same ads going to the landing page, other than, yeah, like you said, Facebook changing their ads and who they're showing it to.
Yeah.
Which we can't really control.
Trying to see if I'm gonna be. Anyway, I guess we're gonna have to give this a little bit more time and see if anything changes. So here I made it to the next side, the next page, which is good.
Yep.
If I was to look in here, look in Wildberry, still 3 subscribers.
Might take a minute.
It didn't show up. There we go.
There you go.
Yep, it's working. The page is working.
Yeah, I wish I had a good recommendation. There's only so many variables that we've changed or have control over. And if you say that the property has interest, and that's not necessarily the problem, then that's yeah, very interesting. And the budget you're spending on ads is the same structure. Yeah.
Okay, I think let's continue to monitor Wildberry and see what happens, if anything's gonna change in the next week. It says my internet connection is unstable. Let me connect.
Yeah.
Let me connect to my phone.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
That should solve that problem. So the other piece, we talked about it a little bit last time, is the pipeline optimization. Other than the welcome email, there were other parts of that conversation as well.
So I guess in terms of you getting involved or an agent getting involved with those new leads, what's your follow-up process for them?
Right now, we're going to be testing something out today. I told Edgar that when we're done the meeting, let's get this new process going. But this is what we plan to do. Our form divides. Where is this property? Where's the link? 1 second, I'm trying to find it. Here we go. I know this is upside down, man, but our form right now divides people to, are you working with an agent? Yes, no, or looking alone? And then when are you looking to buy? Immediately, 90 days, 1 year, or just looking around, right?
Yeah.
So anybody who says immediately or 90 days and says looking around, I think we want to get a custom connection with these people. Anybody who says no, not working with an agent, even maybe working with an agent, and the other ones are going to get one email blast. It's just going to be one email. So now the question is, what do we have in that email blast? What should we include there? That's kind of that's what our rationale was. People who are more vetted, looking for an agent to work with, looking immediately or in the 90 days, those guys will get a custom engagement. Maybe
Right.
text message, phone. The other additional thing that we were thinking about doing is making a thank you page where people will, when they subscribe, they go to a thank you page. There's a video from me talking about what they're going to be receiving and letting them know that they can also subscribe to the email newsletter.
Right. So if this is for the new listing pipeline, right? So they've subscribed there. They've said, I'm looking for an agent. I want to buy within the next 3 months. And then you'll reach out to them directly.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
and if they're lower on that list, either in time or they're just looking, then you'll just send them the generic kind of welcome email stuff.
They'll get an additional email. Well, yeah, it'll be the generic welcome email. You're right. That'll be one of the emails in the pipeline.
Yeah. I don't know, like for the people that are lower on that list, like that say they're just looking. I don't know if you need to give them more things other than, because right now you've got 4 automated emails. And then once you start sending a monthly newsletter, they'll get that. I would imagine that's enough. And to me, if someone's looking to buy immediately, 90 days, or in a year, and even if they have an agent, I don't know, wouldn't you want to contact them?
Yeah, we would send them the same email, the generic email. Sorry, you're saying.
So I mean like phone call or like direct actual try and build a relationship with them. If they say, yeah, I'm looking to buy immediately or 90 days from now,
yeah.
Even if they have an agent, to be able to connect with them and like, hey, who's your agent? Would love to see if any of our properties would be a good fit for your requirements, kind of thing.
Okay, that's a good suggestion. Yeah. So anybody who's immediate or 90 days.
Yeah, not just if they're looking for an agent, right?
Should get a contact, should be contacted. If they're looking for an agent.
If they are looking, obviously, yeah, they need a, a direct call or something, but.
Okay. And then what would you say would be effective to include in the thank you page after they've subscribed.
So after they subscribed, well, we kind of talked about this before, right? If they're filling out that form on that listing, we have the opportunity to subscribe them to our list, right? We don't have to ask them again to then fill out another form if they want to get our emails. Right? And so I don't know, like, because that might just, it slows things down. If you're giving them another call to action to subscribe to the monthly newsletter, and then another thank you page, and etc. Right? So to me, like the flow is they're on the landing page, they fill out the form, they get the immediate 4 emails, learn about the property. If they're a really hot lead, then you contact them directly. And if they're not a hot lead, then they just get those automated emails. And then once you send that next monthly newsletter, they'll be on that list, right? And so then that's the piece that like keeps you in touch with them, is that monthly newsletter over time to start building that brand. Or maybe they come back in 6 months and they're like, oh yeah, they're like, now I'm ready to actually look at something. Because maybe they're not ready right now. So that's what that newsletter is for, is to keep that relationship around, even though they're not a hot lead right now. But I don't think we need to add more subscription steps in there. I don't know. What do you think?
I think last time you mentioned that you can mention that if you do not want to receive this information, you cannot subscribe instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And like I've signed up for housing things before, and they send me like multiple emails a week or every week or something, and it's like, here's a new property, check this property out, this is a new property, and it just gets overwhelming. If you're only sending monthly, the acceptance rate is going to be a lot higher, because it's not, you're not like just bombarding them with new properties and ideas and stuff, right? And then also the content of those emails, we want to make it valuable information. I'll give them, insights about the value of their home or the Toronto area or whatever it is. So putting them onto that list where they're going to get an email every month is not as big of a thing as if you're going to try and like hard sell them on new properties all the time, right?
Okay. In the sequence that we have here, we had this is the intro email. This was a thank you. We can talk a little bit about what the thank you video should include. What should it say as a script? This was a 3D plan, which is already included currently. This was a story of the sellers, who the sellers are, like meet the sellers, more of a human touch. And then this here is understanding value of the property. So it'll be a video showcasing the value of properties in the area, and it'll be beneficial for buyers and sellers both, right? Could also have a button to say interested in other properties like this one, click here, right? And then here, there was a couple of just value added stuff, like 10 steps to make sure that you're ready to buy, whatever, like a checklist for you before you move, a list of information you need if you're looking for a school district, like, do you know what I mean? Just items of value where they can contact us if they need to contact us. And then finally, I had an email saying subscribe to our monthly list, or our monthly thing. So here you're saying, instead of using this, just automatically subscribe them. And then, either here somewhere, I don't know, here maybe on the first one, or maybe here in another one, kind of like saying, from now on, you're going to be receiving the monthly newsletter. If you don't want it, you can always unsubscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you see anything that, should be removed or added? I think we can get rid of this email altogether.
Yeah, potentially. I think sorry, I'm just looking sideways. The number 3 says thank you page. Oh, so 2 and 3 happen at the same time. Yeah. So they get to the thank you page, they get that welcome email, and then the 4th one is they get another email with more information about the property. Number 5.
Sorry. Yeah, go on.
Is about the seller. So again, still on the property. So in one of those first emails, maybe in 4, 5, and 6, giving them a button that says, I'm not interested in this property. That then stops them from receiving the next emails about the property. And then they'll just get onto the monthly email. Right.
Mm.
Because you don't, if someone sees that first email and they're like, this house is too big, it's way too expensive, I don't know what it is, and you send them 3 more emails about the property, they're going to unsubscribe before they get to that newsletter.
It's true. Plus, I think if we do that and we see that people continue to receive emails, like if
They don't click it.
no, what I was thinking is if people say that I'm not interested in this property, and then we can skip some of the emails and take them to maybe the items of value, the 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah, right. You can skip there. Yeah.
Anybody receiving 7, 8, and 9 will automatically be somebody who's interested in receiving content, right? Because they're not interested about this property, but they're interested in receiving more information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe the button should say something like this, click this button if this property is not a good fit for you. Click. Or click to stop receiving information about this property. Yeah, so then you'll probably have to set it up in Kajabi to be 2 separate campaigns. One campaign is the initial 5-piece. Is it 5? 4 emails about the property specifically, property, sellers, neighborhood, etc. And so that'll be your custom pipeline, or not pipeline, campaign for that property. And then you can set up another campaign that's the generic 7, 8, 9 emails. And that campaign, because we'll set them up as 2 campaigns, so that way this evergreen one, you don't have to repaste into every funnel, right? You don't have to create those new emails every time. You just say trigger this new campaign, and so use the same campaign for every pipeline. And that way, I think there should be a way to say, if they click one of those I'm not interested in this property buttons in the first campaign, that you can stop the campaign and move them to the second campaign.
Okay, that's great. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then they'll just be new leads that will, they'll be tagged as a lead, so that way they'll get the newsletters as they come out later.
Great idea.
Yeah, so let me just write a couple of these things down. Add button. Campaign for listing. Part 2 campaign for evergreen information. Button in part 1 to stop campaign and move to second one. Okay. But I would also suggest, if you want to get started, like start setting it up, but don't, if getting things to a point where you're like, we've got a 10 email sequence is too much, do like 2 emails, 1 value email, and then start the newsletter, as opposed to thinking that you need to have 10 emails to get this pipeline thing kind of functioning, right? And I guess you've got 4 already. So it's a matter of creating that second campaign version with one value email.
You don't think other value emails will just set us apart?
It will. It's just you can add to that later, right? And so you could launch this with one value email after that, and then next month be like, okay, now we're going to do value email number 2. We can just keep like adding to that sequence.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we can touch on these 2 points before we conclude, the thank you page, the video on the thank you page, just thinking, what should it say? And I think,
So the when you submit the form, you immediately get to the property page.
so we were
When
thinking,
does the thank you page pop up?
we were thinking about moving them to a thank you page and then accessing the property from their email.
Right. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, if you're saying welcome to Samad Homes, I think it would be worth it to have a well-crafted, professionally done, like about us kind of video, right? And part of that can be crafted from the content and messaging that you put into your website, because that'll help you ideate about how you want to talk about your company and how you serve people through building that copy for the website. And then you basically pull a bunch of those major points and just put that into a script for your video, right? Because they should be very closely tied, how you talk about your company on a video versus how you talk about it on a website page. Or, I mean, vice versa. We could start with the video and just spend all the time figuring out the messaging and copy there. But essentially, you want to figure out like, okay, well, who do we serve? How do we help them? How are we different than other agencies out there? And you have a couple of those differentiating factors with your diverse team. You're looking at financials, investment advice, not just trying to sell people a home, but trying to sell them a financial, almost financial future for them that aligns with their situation. And if you can sell that in a kind of concise way into a video, show different team members and how you look at those aspects and the process. Yeah, I think that's kind of the goal of the video. I wouldn't try to make it too long. I think if it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe, and just kind of condense it into a couple short paragraphs and show some of the team and stuff like that through it.
what I was,
If you had it like professionally video taped, I think that would probably be a good idea. It might cost you, I don't know, $1,500 to something like that to get a page or a video done.
Yep. What I was thinking of including in it, tell me what your thoughts are. Elevator pitch, very, very quick, 30 seconds, who we are, what you will receive here. So property related content and items of value, like property related and other educational stuff about buying a property. And then you'll have access to our monthly newsletter, which will give you information about whatever. And finally, to access the property, you can access it through your email, right? The email link has been sent to you already, and you can access it through the email. I was thinking very short elevator pitch, very high level, and then give them an idea of what they're going to receive. Just property related. I like how you made the division between property related and items of value, right? Just to help you with the sale, the buy, the purchase, and then you getting the monthly newsletters, which we'll talk about, the stats.
Yeah. So my thought was that
It'll be
trying to build a brand video for your company is going to be something that you can use anywhere. And so you invest a little bit of time and money into building a brand video that you can put on your website, you can put on your landing pages, you can, send it to people. that's not necessarily tied to this pipeline or this thank you page. And so then the thank you page could have that brand video on it, explains who you are, what you do, what makes you different. And the text in the page could explain the context of the pipeline,
Yeah.
right? So that way you're not creating just right now, creating a video for just that thank you page. Instead, you create a video for your brand, make it a little bit more high quality, but then you can use it anywhere for the next few years, right?
I love the idea. The brand video, I would envision it having testimonials. I would envision it having other stuff, like some pictures of us speaking on stage with some of the people that we've spoken on stage with. I would envision it being extra elaborate and extra. I don't know if it'll be too much of a thing to tackle right now to go through a professional one.
Mhm.
That would be ideal if we can have like some solid produced video that would go in right away at the page. That
Yeah.
we would be, and then you can have what are you going to receive in writing. It doesn't need to be communicated.
There's a friend out here, trying to see, who does videos, and he had one example online that I thought was pretty good. Adventures, designs.
You have baby clothes, a car seat, blankets, baby carrier. Anyways, you're also going to need to go back for your new partner. How are you going to afford it? We understand the real estate.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find the example video. I think it was a real estate agent, which is why it came to mind. I'll try and look for it and send it to you later, but it's like, it's a nice video, like different scenes, taking shots from different places, but it's actually like, filmed in the office or at a home or a property, and kind of cut together really nice. And I think one of those would go a long way, I think, to adding some personality and kind of, I don't know, showing that impact and value that you want to provide.
Yeah. Send it to me. I'd love to see it. I've seen some samples too that I can share with you. I think they're freaking kick-ass.
Yeah.
But I think it's just going to take time and it's going to take attention to take on something. If I can shoot something quickly for now, just to get the ball rolling, I think that'll be the fastest, test that we can see before we go into a fully produced one. But I eventually definitely want to create one of those. Can we? I know it's almost 3:00, but maybe what we can do is, if you can take a look at the, part of the work that you do on a regular, the extra work that you do for us. I think a lot of our website needs to be more expressive of who we are. We did it very quickly. I haven't had the chance. I can't find time to do it. Honestly, to be honest, I keep on adding things to my list, but I think what I need to do is I need to focus on what I'm really good at, right? And take those things out. So if you can check out the website, see the text, Suzette copy pasted them from another place, so they're not very they're not in the right place, right? But I haven't had the time to look at them. If you can come up with a few suggestions of how, I'm talking about just the text.
Yeah.
You can critique it on every level that you want to, but I think predominantly right now, before we start talking about functionality, before we talk about all the things that we can add to this website, we need to have a clean, specific, clear website that lets people know, wow, these people are different, right? And if you want to spend like a 30-minute or a 15-minute conversation with me, we can set something up where you can ask me a bunch of questions. You can interview me basically, and I can give you information. And if you can put that together in a nicely written out text, your style of writing is really great. So I think that'll be a
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna recommend that actually, just from when I looked at it last week or the week before. Yeah, I didn't know who wrote it or anything, but headlines like "disrupting the real estate industry" seemed a little vague and like in the clouds of we're disrupting the industry. It sounds like a tech company, right? But yeah, definitely I can work on some content for that, because it's not just, like I said, it's not just the website, right? It's your brand messaging. It's like,
Yeah.
how do you talk about your brand? Because it goes into your website, it goes into your emails, it goes into your videos. It all kind of comes out of that. And so it's taking, and I think I've got quite a bit of context and information just from our conversations over the past couple months, just learning about what does make you different, and trying to extrapolate and put that into some messaging.
I think there's a few things that, we never got the chance to talk about the details of stuff. If you think it's valuable, you can go by what you know so far. But if you think it's valuable, I'm happy to schedule in, like I said, 10-15 minutes
Yeah, sure.
conversation. I think you'll be able to extract some more information from us. We do have a lot of things that make us unique, and
Yeah.
decide on what to lead with and what could be ancillary after.
Mhm.
I think that's a 20% that's going to create 80% of the difference, right? Getting that website cleaned up.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Susie can continue to work on the design side and making it look nice,
Mhm.
keeping the the effective text in place. Yep, I think that's it. I
Yeah.
think
Sounds good.
to kind of conclude, we talked about a few things. Action items, the launch of the assignment. I think Edgar's can work on launching it. I don't know what's left. I think everything is done, right? Edgar's launch.
Yeah, just like taking that video, putting it into the different places, and then the actual like creation of that Monday kind of login piece. I think those are the big things left. Oh, the Facebook ad, like what does the image look like? Taking a screenshot of your video and then putting some text over it and your logo.
What did we say? Who is going to take care of the ad picture? I think we said
I thought, do you have someone on your team named Marcus? Or am I confusing that with somebody else?
yeah, we do. We do have we have a design center that we're going to have to connect with, and
Oh, I see.
we can do that. So
Yeah, I mean, otherwise I can do it. I'll basically make it look like my template before, and I'll just put your face behind it. But the other thing is, like, you wanted those pins and showing a location and stuff like that. That's probably better done from your end, your office. So if you've got information or someone on your team to do that, that would be better. But if you want a generic face, some words on it, and a button,
we'll do that. We'll do that. So Edgar's is going to take care of launching the assignment platform. Suzette's going to take care of the design of the Facebook ad by talking to the Facebook ads, the design of the icon for the Facebook ads. All right. That's it for assignments. I think we would be able to then see how that goes, see if people are engaging with that positively. With regards to the marketing campaigns, the pipeline optimization, you can take a look at the welcome email if you want to see what changes I've made, but I pretty much took a lot of what you had.
Yeah.
We're gonna monitor Wildberry, the last property, Wildberry.
Yeah.
To be monitored to see if there are going to be any changes. I'll take a look at the ads as well.
And for the pipeline, we talked about creating two campaigns, one for the value piece, and maybe, I don't know your timeline on that. Maybe that's something down the line. Is putting those value emails in there.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to Edgar about creating.
Unless you have something prepared that's easy-ish to put into an email.
I do have something.
Okay.
Okay, 2 campaigns, value add property specific shooting welcome video for listing websites. Joel, you're going to
I will work on copy for your website.
write text copy. Anything else?
Yeah, we didn't talk about the Google or YouTube ads, but we can do that another time.
Yeah, we're gonna run our test today, and maybe by the next time when we talk, we'll have some learning to discuss.
Awesome.
Monthly newsletter. I've shot it. I shot the monthly newsletter. It was an hour. So now I'm editing it out. I'm gonna try to create multiple snippets.
Okay.
20 minutes of it will go towards the email. And so that's been created. I think we need to launch that and see
Mhm.
the response we get.
Okay. It's an hour of content recorded.
Yeah.
Okay. Feel free to try and, I guess, like create like a newsletter. It could even have a 3-minute video, right? It doesn't need to be super in depth. But I mean, depends on the content and whatever you're trying to tell people and educate them on. But yeah, don't feel like it needs to be an hour-long piece of content every month.
Yeah, I'll say, no, we're not. It's way too long. But there was a lot of content to talk about. But
Yeah.
it's way too long.
Okay.
Good, man. Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
All right, Joe. Take care, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thanks. You too. Have a good week.
You too. Take care.
That's it.